Hi, you're listening to Engagement Drivers, presented by EveryoneSocial. Each week, we'll share actionable tips, strategies, and success stories that you and your teams can use to steer your brand, social, and employee engagement in the right direction.
Hi there, my name is Bobby Olson, and I'm the Associate Copywriter here at EveryoneSocial. Today, I'm going to be talking about sales enablement content and why it's not just for your salespeople anymore. So, a lot of people are of the opinion that content is content. As long as you're producing it and someone's consuming it, who really cares what it's about, right? Well, I say that's wrong. Your content should always be created with a strategic purpose in mind, whether it's to describe, entertain, inform, or persuade. But why should sales enablement content be important to you? Isn't making sales the job of, well, the sales team? Of course it is, but I bet they'd really appreciate your help in doing that. Besides, content that helps the sales team close more deals actually winds up benefiting pretty much every other department anyways. Before I get to that, however, we have some other stuff to cover. Basic stuff like, what is sales enablement content? And how is it different from other kinds of content specifically? Admittedly, there can be a lot of overlap, particularly when it comes to marketing content. It mostly just comes down to how and why you're presenting the information. For example, marketing content is written for the express purpose of generating interest or attracting attention from your target audience. And on the flip side, the strategy for sales enablement content is to finish the process that your marketing content started. Sales content is also created to meet the reader exactly where they are in the buyer's journey, or if you'd prefer the other term, the sales funnel. That means that a blog post targeting the awareness stage, or the top of your funnel, will have a slightly different feel than a case study or how-to guide that's geared towards the later stages. HubSpot has a wonderfully concise sales enablement definition, where they describe it as the iterative process of providing your business's sales team with the resources they need to close more deals. Those resources are often based on documentation created by engineering or client success teams, and they fall into two main categories: internal and external. Internal sales enablement content generally includes things like product demonstration scripts, presentation decks, buyer personas, and white papers, while external sales enablement content can closely resemble marketing content, often taking the form of how-to or product comparison blog posts, case studies, customer stories and testimonials, email distribution campaigns, and even short-form video. Also, I'm speaking from experience when I say you should base your sales enablement content on internal documentation. Writing about new platform features for EveryoneSocial is so much easier when I reference our engineers' detailed notes that cover exactly how everything works. So, why does sales enablement content matter? Well, the benefits for your sales and marketing teams are pretty self-explanatory. I did some research, and tightly aligned sales and marketing operations achieved 24% faster 3-year revenue growth. And in the words of Megan Stewart, one of our enterprise customer success managers here, for her to do her job well, she needs to be on the same page as the sales team. That's one of the reasons that our marketing team here at EveryoneSocial regularly convenes with the sales folks to discuss customer pain points and improve our sales enablement strategy. These discussions help us reach our audience with the information they need and help sales increase the quality of their leads. They just make everyone's job easier. You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but still, why should I care? Well, I did just say everyone's job, didn't I? A high-performing sales team impacts everyone else down the line. As a company continues acquiring new customers, other departments like product, customer success, implementation, and engineering usually all see expansion. After all, someone has to take care of those new clients, right? So, in addition to what I listed earlier, there's a few more pieces of sales enablement content that you'll probably want in your arsenal, and they include competitor analyses and product information, market research, case studies, customer stories, customer quotes, ebooks and other detailed guides, one-pagers with scannable information, internal sales training materials, content for social media that does well, like images, GIFs, and video, as well as a healthy dose of data, statistics, and reviews. Ultimately, your audience will benefit from better sales content too, since it's created to meet them wherever they are in the buyer's journey. In fact, 95% of business-to-business buyers choose a solution provider that, quote, provided them with ample content to help navigate through each stage of the buying process. If you provide these folks with interesting and relevant insights about your product, they'll stick around. There are many options you can choose from when deciding which sales enablement software you want to use. You might even opt for using multiple platforms concurrently, and if that's what will best meet your needs, go for it. Clearly, I can't not promote EveryoneSocial since it is our own product and this is our podcast. Our platform is genuinely great for social selling and we have plenty of blogs covering that on our website, but that being said, in the interest of fairness, There are some other popular sales enablement platforms out there, like HubSpot and Outreach, as well as HighSpot, Seismic, and Guru. Now that I've covered what sales enablement content is, why it matters, and given you a few options to look into for platforms, I have a short list of steps you can take to get the ball rolling on building your sales enablement content strategy. The first is open the lines of communication. One of the first things you'll want to do is establish who's responsible for planning and implementing your sales content. Is it one person as part of a larger content team? Is it a whole team? That's up to you. One solution I'd suggest is to start by creating a cross-functional Slack or Microsoft Teams channel if your organization uses either of those tools. Another option is to just create a new group within your employee advocacy platform that you use. It just so happens that we know of one with some pretty slick Slack and Teams integrations. And just so I'm explicitly clear, I am talking about EveryoneSocial. Like I mentioned earlier, consider creating a recurring internal meeting between sales and any other relevant departments. Let the sales team tell you exactly what they need. The second step is to audit your existing content and create new content. What do you have already that can be repurposed to function as sales enablement content? Is it organized and easily accessible? Appropriately categorize your content based on what stage of the buyer's journey it's targeting: awareness, consideration, or conversion/purchasing. Make sure that things like sales email templates are standardized and customer-centric. Blog posts are SEO optimized. Case studies are current and accurate, and so on. Plan your future sales enablement strategy with input from the meetings you have with sales to ensure you're able to best meet their needs. Look into diversifying the kind of content you're producing. Have you considered a video case study? How about a blog where you interview a longtime customer about why they've stuck around? The third step is to ensure your sales team is effectively equipped to use your content. This is one of the most important parts of the process. If the people you're creating all this stuff for don't know what to do with it, it doesn't do anyone any good. So look into using a sales enablement platform if you're not already. When you choose one, make sure your team knows it inside and out. Host training meetings to discuss what kind of sales enablement content they should target their pipeline with. Run through practice calls using new product one-sheets, or show them where to find the newest email templates. The great thing about most modern organizations is that these things can all be done via video conferencing or screen recording. In other words, you don't necessarily have to fill up your sales team's calendar with training sessions. Just make the training resources readily available. The fourth step is to track content performance and report your findings. Talking about the analytics of different kinds of content to see what's helping drive lead generation and conversion is crucial. If you don't regularly check what's performing well and adjust your strategy accordingly, you're missing out on key insights that can drive business. A lot of the guesswork is taken out when you use sales enablement platforms like the ones I listed earlier, since they track that stuff for you. You're able to know exactly which emails people are or aren't opening, which blog posts regularly funnel demo requests to the team, and so on. So consider using sales enablement software. Throughout this podcast, you'll have obviously noticed that I repeatedly suggest using EveryoneSocial, and that's for good reason. First, I have 3 stats I'll share real quick. One is you're 7 times more likely to close on leads generated through social selling, and sales reps who use social media as part of their technique outsell 73% of their peers. And finally, 67% of consumers surveyed say they are likely to purchase an item or service they see on their social media feeds. In other words, our platform can help streamline your organization's content sharing strategy and boost engagement, both of which pay off big for sales teams. So I'll leave it there. I'm not going to give you the full pitch. That's what our sales team is for, but just wanted to throw that out there.
Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with more engagement insights. Want to know how EveryoneSocial can provide you with the tools needed to keep everyone at your company connected, informed, creating, and sharing? Visit EveryoneSocial.com to learn more.